playthrough, we encountered Sikop and Sikop's farm. And he was unkillable. That's not a bug. Somewhat. It's not technically a bug. It's more of an... how would you call it? Unintended consequence. Because it is there for a reason. The reason would be that he is not to be killed by the Seekers that invade his farm for further use. But making him unkillable is a problem since since he turns hostile somewhat, or sometimes hostile against you. And yeah, as we saw earlier, you can't kill him. That should be fixed now as soon as you talk to him after the attack. So, yeah, there were some minor bugs too. Most of them I didn't even know about. Just trying to recall. There's really some minor fixes, but a lot of them actually, about 10 or so. So even after all this time, this game is still kind of bugged. But at least there are fixes.
Now that we're no longer in...
Yes.
You are...
Yes, I know.
Let's move on. Stay close.
We get a little German lesson here. Yeah, so... I don't know, this game is still kind of buggy. But at least it has a great community. And great lag. But the fact that I can play it at 4K alone, or even actually the fact that I can play it at all, is really cool. Like, it doesn't run natively on the 64-bit operating systems. And that said, it runs a lot better, even after patching, than its predecessor. The reason why I didn't play the predecessor was mostly because I didn't really want to, but secondary to that, the predecessor crashes.
What's wrong? Are you still... Let's...
Predecessor still holds on to a lot of crashes. So, yeah. Something I don't really want to deal with in a Let's Play, because usually a crash is not a big deal, but sometimes I had trouble with corrupted files and something like that, and not in this game, unfortunately, actually. But yeah, it can happen. So yeah, I just don't like crashy things. And speaking of crashy things, I found a lot of bug fixes for the predecessor. Well, not the predecessor, the sequel to this one. The sequel online. So we are talking about a community patch by the version 1.7.5. The official patching was, I believe, ending at probably 1.6. So there's been 15 updates. Official updates, somewhat official updates, because a mod team has somewhat...
Don't you break down...
Yes, let's continue, man. Shut the fuck up. A mod team has somewhat gained the rights. I don't quite know. They call it official patching for some reason, even though it's not made by the original developers. I don't know. It's a mod team that's probably dedicated towards that patch, that community patch, and it fixes a lot more things. Again, if you remember the debacle that was Gothic 3, it wasn't. The Gothic series always had bugs. That's just a given. The Gothic series were always massive in that time. Remember, this... Oh, fuck!
It all started when the...
Yes! Fuck you. Why is...
Wait a minute.
He's all in German now. Hope that doesn't continue. He always brings me out of concept. The Gothic series were always massive for that time. The Gothic series... remember, came out at 2001, and this game shortly after in 2002? I would say, yeah, the normal version 2002